The Fortnite Galactus event happened so fast that it seems like most players didn't get to fully enjoy all the secrets and Easter eggs Epic slipped in. Like a lot of people didn't know the Travis Scott world was in space when we fought Galactus. That barely breaks the surface of every secret and Easter egg you missed in the Fortnite Galactus event. Let's jump straight into number 15, the Travis Scott reference. So while we were busy fighting Galactus with our laser-powered battle buses, a ton of people might not have noticed a hidden secret among the stars. Once the galaxy appeared behind Galactus, you could look around and actually spot a familiar face next to the huge planet with a ring. You recognize it? Probably because it's Astroworld, aka Travis Scott's home planet that was featured in the astronomical event. Not only is this a neat Easter egg, but it also means that the Travis Scott event was actually a part of the storyline, and he's still traveling the Fortnite cosmos right now on the Astroworld planet. But while the buses distracted us from seeing this, you might not have seen this next hidden detail, which is number 14, winning the Galactus event. While us bus drivers were shooting our guns at Galactus, we also had to dodge bridges and avoid attacks from his drones. Not gonna lie, it was pretty hard, and I'm sure that almost everyone was hit at least once. Well, there is a secret for all those pros who weren't hit during the event, and it's called the Tony Royale. The screen inside the battle bus cockpit showed our health throughout the event and even showed the amount of kills we got. A bonus secret for those who went the entire event without taking damage is you get a cool Tony Royale message on your screen. But it turns out the bus drivers weren't the only thing affected by the Nexus War, because an interesting fact is that, number 13, Agent Jones's facility was revealed. In the most confusing part of the event, we defeated Galactus and was presented a black screen until everything came back from the darkness and we watched as the office from the device event was sent into full red alert. We're sat there watching as Jon Jones wakes up from the floor of his office and shrieks in panic. And the event ends there, but it's extremely interesting because not only does this mean we'll be seeing a lot more of Jon Jones, but it also confirms that the facility was affected by Galactus' attack on the island. Does this mean that Agent Jonesy is indeed on the island itself? Is he inside the redacted bunker? Who knows, but we're definitely gonna learn more about Jon Jones' backstory. In fact, we're actually learning about it right now with number 12, the Jon Jones Tapes. So immediately after the event ended, we are taken to a screen that now says Season 5 is beginning in a few hours. But instead of sitting here waiting for it, the story has already begun. On the official Fortnite account on Twitter, they posted a tweet that says the 0 point is unstable and talks about a Project Hunter. When you accept the transmission, you get a tape that's recorded by none other than Jon Jones himself. Take a listen.
Reality log 1987. Why is every jungle in every reality crawling with venomous snakes and strange predators? Whatever. It'll all be worth it when I find Maeve. Locals around here call her a wild heart. That's a shapeshifter to you and me. Rumor has it the gods have granted her 3 forms: shark, harpy, and oh, well, actually no one's lived long enough to see the 3rd one. This'll be fun.
He talks about a Maeve person who is a shapeshifter, and it's very likely that this is the woman we see in his photos on the wall in the office. It does seem that these tapes are teasing Battle Pass skins. This Maeve woman has 3 forms: a shark, a harpy, which seems to be like a half-bird, half-human thing, and then a mysterious 3rd form. We could see her skin as a multiple variant one with an emote that makes her shapeshift, kind of like Mystique. And that brings us to the 2nd tape, which mentions someone by the name of Condor, and they are apparently a very vengeful spirit who will grant anyone's wishes for revenge. Let's play that one too.
Reality log 42. The next recruit goes by Condor. I finally got him to stop standing in the rain monologuing about cherry blossoms or whatever that was. According to local legend, he's a vengeful spirit given to the Emperor's family centuries ago and passed down since. They say he'll grant any wish for revenge, no matter how dark or terrible. So, let's all be very careful what we wish for.
By the time you're watching this, there will be more tapes out in the wild, but for now it seems that we're getting recordings of Jon Jones expeditions and talking about the Fortnite island and the way it works. It also seems that the hashtags from each of these tapes is teasing a different Battle Pass skin. We've got the Shapeshifter, the Vengeful Spirit, and the Mandalorian. But it turns out the tapes also tease something else, and that is the theme of Season 5. So it's very possible that we could see Season 5 being a jungle theme. This is purely speculation, but these teases from the Jon Jones office photos, the tapes, and the theme of the Battle Pass skins could give us some kind of jungle theme on the island. There is some other possible Season 5 themes, like a winter theme, or maybe even going back in time to learn the roots of the island and what brought it to life. Maybe the origins of the 0 Point. Either way, that's the future we're just speculating about, but we do know one thing about what's gonna happen when downtime ends. Number 10. Galactus coming to the item shop. And while you can't download it right now, yes, Galactus is coming to the item shop and will likely be able to purchase him when Season 5 launches at 4 AM Eastern. This is what he'll look like, and I know what you're gonna say, he was a little bit bigger in the event, but I mean, well duh, this is just a skin of it. If you do decide to pick it up, make sure you pop in code T5G to support our channel. We are an Epic partner, so that kind of helps us make videos like this one. Anyways, moving on to number 9, we have the AC/DC reference. Alright, so the reason you heard a song by AC/DC played during the event wasn't just because Donald Mustard thought it was cool. I mean, well, maybe it was. But it was also a subtle nod to a really cool Easter egg in the Marvel comics. In the comics, Tony Stark's actual favorite band is AC/DC, and he plays it in like literally every Iron Man movie. The more you know. But speaking of little details, a massive plot point was confirmed during the event, and that's the 0 Point location. So if you happen to miss it, it turns out we were right. The 0 Point was officially located underneath the Authority, or the Agency, or the Ruin, whatever you want to call it. This has been a huge argument in the community, as many people wondered if it was in the reacted bunker, but turns out all along it was right under our noses. It does beg the question, did Midas know about the 0 Point? I mean, why did he choose to build the Agency right above it? There's a lot we don't know. But another thing a lot of players missed was number 7, a billion buses. During the moment when we first appear inside the battle buses that are rigged to explode, Tony Stark appears in front of the dashboard and gives us some voice lines. If you pay attention, he actually mentions that around you isn't just a few thousand buses, but he actually cloned a few billion battle buses. Yeah, that's the amount of power it took just to hurt Galactus and send him back. But that's not exactly as interesting as the Heli Carrier secret. One thing that's been confusing me since the event started is that we actually got an achievement for discovering the Heli Carrier, and the location name makes literally no sense. During the event, we discovered the Green Steel Bridge, and I'm not sure if this was a mistake and it doesn't have anything to do with the event, but it's possible this could be a leaked POI for Season 5. Only one way to find out, but keep your eyes peeled in Season 5 and let us know if it's true. But coming in at number 5, we have the Bridge Secret. Throwing it back to all the Chapter 1 players, yes, when Galactus almost consumed the 0 Point, we were rifted into the old butterfly dimension from Season 6 and Chapter 1. You might have noticed the similarities, but even when this video is being created, we're unaware of the long-term damage Galactus has caused by trying to consume the 0 Point. But that's not the only thing that was noticed during the event. Some people found a glitch that changes everything about the event, and that is the different POV of the event glitch. So would it be a real Fortnite event if players didn't experience some crazy glitches, right? Unfortunately, there were instances where players fell through the battle buses onto the island to experience the event from a completely different perspective. While getting knocked out of the events definitely sucks, at least they still got to enjoy all of the key points, and these players were the only ones that got to see Galactus' true size while standing on the island. And speaking of looking at things differently, a lot of players didn't notice number 3, the Butterfly Rift. We've had nods to Butterfly Dimension in pretty much every major story event since Season 6. At the tail end of the Galactus event, where we sent him through the massive rift, you could actually spot a butterfly shape inside the rift for a brief second. If you look carefully, you can make out a perfect butterfly from the cracks of our reality left over from the rift. We still don't know the significance of this Butterfly Dimension, but here's hoping we get some more answers in Season 5. And yet nobody noticed number 2, Galactus versus the 0 Point. So we've seen the 0 Point make it through a rocket event and even survive while being used by a giant mecha robot against the monster. Of course, the 0 Point made an appearance in this event as well, and it did something pretty awesome this time, but also really unusual. One really cool secret a lot of players missed out on was that the 0 Point actually tried to fight back against Galactus. It only lasted a few seconds, so a lot of players missed it, but you could see the 0 Point literally trying to fend off Galactus before being overpowered. Now that we've defeated Galactus, I'm unsure if this is the last we'll see of the 0 Point, but my bet is that the talk of it will return next season. And what you've all been waiting for, the biggest Easter egg of the Galactus event was number 1, the Star Wars Easter egg. If you didn't watch the original Star Wars movies, you wouldn't know that when we flew the battle bus through Galactus' hand, or wherever this is actually a reference to the Death Star scene in the original Star Wars, where Luke had to fly his ship through the Death Star to blow it up. So yes, it turns out the entire Galactus event was one big Star Wars Easter egg. Who would have thought? But that's every secret you missed in the Galactus event. Click on screen right now to check out this awesome video. This has been Tommy, and you're watching Top 5 Gaming.